If you handed me an empty brokerage account today, I could rebuild my entire investment portfolio from scratch in under an hour. And it would beat what most Canadians pay their bank to do. No sponsor on this video, no hot stock picks. Just the exact 5 steps with real tickers and real 2026 fees. And at the end, I'll show you the one decision that matters more than any fund you pick.
Step 1. Before you buy anything, answer 3 questions. When do you need this money? How much of a drop can you stomach without panic selling? And what's the goal? Growth, income, or safety? Those 3 answers are your investor profile, and they decide your asset mix, the split between stocks and bonds. A 30-year-old investing for retirement in 25 years? Something like 80% stocks, 20% bonds. 5 years from retirement, you dial the stocks down. Get this step right, and every later decision becomes easy. Skip it, and you'll sell at the worst possible moment. Step 2. The core. Instead of hunting for the perfect stock, you buy the entire market. 4 of them, actually. The Canadian market, the US market, international developed markets like Europe and Japan, and emerging markets, plus a bond fund to steady the ride. That's diversification. When one region stumbles, the others carry the load. Every serious portfolio in the world is built on this idea, and ETFs, exchange-traded funds, let you buy each of those markets in a single click for fees that round to almost nothing. Step 3. And here's where it gets almost embarrassingly easy. You can buy that entire diversified core in one fund. They're called asset allocation ETFs, and 2026 is the best time in history to own them because the fee war between providers just ended in your favor. XEQT from iShares, 0.20%, almost $15 billion in assets, the biggest ETF in Canada. VEQT from Vanguard just cut its management fee, now landing around the same 0.20. ZEQT from BMO, also 0.20. All 3 hold thousands of stocks across every region I just mentioned, and they rebalance themselves automatically. One purchase, done. And if you want bonds in the mix, each provider has an 80-20 version, like XGROW or VGROW. Step 4, the do-it-yourself version. Same portfolio, roughly half the fee. 4 funds. XIC for Canada at 0.06%, one of the cheapest funds in the country. VFE for the S&P 500 at 0.09. XEF for international at 0.22, and VEE for emerging markets. Blend them to match your target mix, and your weighted fee lands around 0.10%, half the all-in-one. The catch? You are now the rebalancing department. Once or twice a year, you sell a bit of what grew and buy what lagged. On a $200,000 portfolio, that chore saves you about $200 a year. On $20,000, $20. Which brings us to the real decision.
Here's my rule. If your portfolio is under 6 figures, or you know deep down you'll never actually rebalance, buy the one fund ETF and never look back. The fee difference is pocket change, and the biggest returns killer at that level isn't fees, it's tinkering. If you're above 6 figures and you genuinely enjoy a spreadsheet, the do-it-yourself build pays you for the effort. Either answer is right. Picking neither is the only wrong one.
Now, once your core is set, maybe you want a little spice. There's a name for doing this responsibly: core and explore. Keep at least 90% in the boring core and give yourself up to 10% to explore. Gold, a tech sector ETF, individual stocks you believe in, even crypto if you can stomach it. The honest warning, that 10% is active investing. Some years it beats the market. Gold owners had a great 2025. Some years it drags you down. The cap is what protects you. 10% can boost the ride. 40% can wreck it. Before you go open that brokerage app, here are the 3 mistakes that cost Canadians the most. 1. High-fee mutual funds. The typical Canadian equity mutual fund still charges around 2%. On $100,000 over 25 years, the gap between 2% and 0.2% is roughly $180,000. That's not a typo. That's a house down payment paid in fees. 2. Waiting for the perfect moment to buy in. Time in the market beats timing the market. Automate a contribution every payday and stop forecasting. 3. Checking your portfolio every day. You built it to be boring. Let it be boring. So that's the From Scratch Playbook. Know your profile, buy the whole market as your core, one fund or 4. Automate every payday and cap the fund money at 10%. None of this is personalized financial advice. It's education, so take your own situation into account. But it is the simple version the fee industry hopes you never learn. If this helped, subscribe. Canadian Optimizer breaks down the numbers behind Canadian money every week.